About 2 hours out of Odessa right now. We're heading into Alpine, and then from there we're going to drop down to Terlingua, Texas. Terlingua?
Sounds right.
Terlingua? I don't know.
It's
Not Terlingua. Terlingua, Texas. It's very southern. It's an old ghost town, basically, in Texas that doesn't have a whole lot, but it is a very has a high tourist attraction, has high tourism. They have some fancy hotels. You can rent teepees. You can rent a bubble to stay in. Usually they're booked out over a year in advance, but it's kind of a gateway to Big Bend National Park. So there's a lot of people that go down there and stay there. We're told there's restaurants and bars and stuff to eat.
And
maybe a gas station. We're going to fill up in Alpine because we don't want to run out of fuel out there. So we'll have a full fresh tank with only 80 miles on it to go explore, try to find some locations to shoot at this afternoon, try to get a nice sunset in, and then wait for the dark skies. Now, the nice thing about Terlingua is that it is in like the dead center of the darkest skies in the U.S. There's only a couple spots in Oregon and northern Nevada that would probably be equal to the range of darkness around them. And as much as it sucks living in Odessa with how flat it is and there's no landscape, at least we are somewhat close, 3.5 hours away from the darkest skies in the U.S. That is nice. But we're prepared. We're gonna sleep in a tent in the bed of the truck tonight. We've got the Pelican cooler back here full of cold drinks and some food, and we're just gonna see how it goes. No, I don't think we're getting any weather. It's nice to know that people still flash their lights, let you know there's a cop ahead. And somebody didn't flash that guy there. He was the one pulled over.
Poor guy. He got my ticket.
He got our ticket. Sarah doesn't speed. I wonder if he's... I think I got him on drone footage speeding. Ooh, I'll clip it in right now if it is. So I think he went by us when we were filming with the drone. Clear weather forecast earlier in the week, and then around Thursday, that all went away, and it's gone into thunderstorms now. Probably not. Anyways, but if Alpine is currently right in the middle of a storm, getting some good rain, so we're going to be probably missing that just a little bit. We may hit it coming into town, we're not sure yet. We're going to pull in and bring in any other sensitive gear to the weather to make sure it stays dry so we don't have a wet tent to climb into tonight. Let's worry about this bag.
Prepare to keep right after half a mile.
We're going to be driving right into it.
After 1,000 feet, keep right onto US 67. Keep right. Route recalculation.
We had hail. They were pennies. It sounds bad in here. I don't think it's too bad on the truck though. Just don't want to be driving in hailstorm because you're adding speed to your vehicle to the velocity of the hail. So we're just going to keep going, heading out away from the storm for a minute. It's all right. Definitely sounds worse than it is. So yeah, I'm glad we turned around where we did to get away from that storm, and I'm glad we got off the road. Glad we got off the road that we were just on when we did, because if we had stayed over there goofing around filming with the drone, we might be looking at the $50 size hail there'd be no escape from. So we were right at the right spot, the right time on the T-junction. I'll show you here on the map, and that got us. We were able to go the other direction out away from the storm, not have to wait it out in its path. All right, so the storm kind of tricked us. So you're heading back into Alpine, and then all of a sudden we realized there was another system developing right behind the first, as you can see here. So we decided to go ahead and turn back around. We're going to head back toward Marathon and just get out of the weather altogether, so we can kind of just wait it out, see what's going to happen. Decided to have lunch while we're waiting for the storm to pass. Sarah makes a really good wrap in the very middle of nowhere. You ready to go to Target, babe?
Yeah, I gotta pick up some stuff.
We need that right there.
Look, it snowed here.
All the hail that fell that we decided to skip and miss. Look at this hill. It's like a sheet of ice almost. That's crazy. It got that cold right here. Yeah, we missed quite the hailstorm. That was a good call to turn around.
Yeah.
Looks like it snowed here. Basically, right behind me is the U.S.-Mexico border and the Rio Grande. Show you real quick. The Rio Grande. Mexico right there. We're out scouting right now for locations for tonight. We're just driving around looking for potential areas. Now we're just up on a dirt road to some residences. Beautiful scenery behind us here. These two peaks. Now when you're planning to shoot for the Milky Way, you want to put some sort of foreground in the element to get a sense of size of how big this thing is. And it's going to stretch up into the sky. And what we're going to do is set up the camera, and I'm on with the 24mm here. These peaks are pretty small on the bottom of the screen, and we can even aim the camera up, or we can put more foreground in. It's just going to depend on the lighting at the time when we do it, so how it's going to look. So I'm just taking some daytime test shots to see what we get. Look, so I'll be able to put these two mountain peaks in the very bottom as a silhouette, and we'll see the Milky Way or the Black Core, whatever you want to call it, across the sky here. Early hours, it'll be horizontal, and then later in the day, or later, early morning, like say about 1 to 2 o'clock, even 3 a.m., it's going to be more vertical. Now, in a shot like this, I think the horizontal will do well. And our plan is to come all the way down to Lajitas from Terlingua tonight to start our photographs here. And then we're going to work our way back, and we have a few locations we've picked on the side of the road that we'll be able to shoot from and get different foreground elements in it. And hopefully this shoot will take 2 to 3 hours in the pitch black darkness, and we'll get some great results. So this will be location 2 or 3 probably. So I'm looking forward for tonight. It's going to be a good few locations we're going to hit into and photograph. Sunset, we got about an hour till sunset right now. We're going to get over to the cemetery here in a little bit and see what it's going to do. It's actually a really nice little town. Epic food so far. Lots of little stores. It's definitely, tourist attraction for Big Bend and just in general. It's well worth the trip to go check this place out. Even being close to the border, I mean, really, you don't even notice anything like that. Sun's almost set. We've got maybe 10-20 minutes before the sunlight's gone. I want to get my composition, kind of figure out where I want to be with the camera to do a shot. Now we're going to look inside this very carefully. I'm going to set up some lights for nighttime, put a glow to inside this building, and light the outside walls with a nice warm light. or hopefully the Milky Way, will be up behind it here around midnight, 1 o'clock. Looks like easy access. Everything's pretty accessible without disturbing anything, to be able to put some lights in and get it to kind of glow and shine. And then while you can see all your terrain and background, you got to kind of envision where your silhouettes are going to be. So you want to look at different compositions. So like down low here, we can't see our silhouette very well, the back mountains. So we're going to come back a little bit, and hopefully we'll get a good silhouette with the ripple of the mountains up here. Get this glowing in the foreground, Milky Way in the background. That's the plan. So we're just walking through the graveyard here in Terlingua. I gotta say that if you ever find yourself here, do yourself a favor and walk through here, because this is the most interesting graveyard I've ever been in. I've been in a lot of graveyards. This is by far the most unique and surreal one there is. And there's so many old graves that are so decrepit, you have no idea who they are, but it's what's left behind. I mean, one grave over here, the guy comes out and has a beer with his buddy or something every night and leaves the beer bottle for him or something. I don't know. Beer bottles. This is almost worth the trip alone to see this, you know, and see the stone graves and the disarray of it, but also just how it's just left. All right, 1 a.m. What we want to do, we get our composition set, and we're going to take a couple test images and figure that out. And then as far as setting wise, for shooting the Milky Way, a good starting point is going to be ISO 3200. I'm shooting on the Sony 24 f1.4 lens at f1.4, and I'm shooting 15-second intervals. Our Milky Way has risen above the sky here, subject up front here. So what I found out coming out here is up over here, there's a house with a bunch of red lights and some white lights, and it's giving it a really strong pink glow over here on our rocks. Now, it may not look like it with the light on right now, but I'll show you the photo we got here, right here. And so that's just kind of what you got to work with when you come out to these kind of locations. You don't have control of that, but you just make it work. If you come out to photograph the Milky Way at any location, the two most important things are going to be, obviously you're going to need a fast lens. You'll get better results that way. And the other thing you're going to want is really dark skies. Right now we're in a boreal class 1 on light pollution. There's very minimal light pollution. Like I said, the only thing we're getting is the ambient light from the neighborhood shining on these old ruins. And because of that, that's what's causing that glow. But anywhere you go, the less light you have, it gives you more control. Now, using a Rotolite Neo 1 inside the building at 1%, I got this image here. And that image was too much light inside the building. It's just too dark out here. So you're going to have to possibly have an assistant sit in there and give it just a quick flash at just for a moment to try to get the exposures right. Sometimes that's what it'll help, having two people. Any other time though, or if you just want to do the stars, you can use the sky trackers to lock them in so you can get really detailed long exposures at lower ISOs. It's a pretty simple process. Practice at long exposure settings. Like I said, the base settings for me at 1.4 is 15 seconds, ISO 3200. Anywhere from there, you can start bringing it down, take several photos, and then move around a lot. We got several different buildings. We've got several different photo opportunities here tonight. Okay, so Sarah's down in the ruins house with a little green light right now. We're going to take a photo. It's a 15-second exposure, and we're going to count off, and I'm going to give the count off command. She knows that on 11 seconds she's going to turn it on for 1 second and then turn it back off, and then, or just cover it. That way we get hopefully a good color exposure. So let's check this out. Turn this lamp off real quick. No light pollution from that. And we'll go down to the camera. Sorry for the focus miss. Okay, we're going to take a picture now. And we're going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That is a very cool shot. Come on out, babe. My wonderful assistant here. So it's just about working with what you have.